the incredible story of the man who lost $800 million in Bitcoin because of his ex. In 2013, James Howells, a Welsh computer engineer, made one of the most costly mistakes in history. Without realizing it at the time, his fortune vanished into a landfill, along with the opportunity to become a multimillionaire. Over the years, his story has become one of the most fascinating anecdotes about the rise of Bitcoin and how a single accident can change a life forever. What makes this case even more shocking is that the hard drive containing the access key to his fortune was thrown away by his ex-girlfriend, without him realizing it until it was too late. The origin of his fortune: 8,000 Bitcoins mined in 2009. To understand this story, we need to go back to 2009, when Bitcoin was still an unknown project to most. Howells, a tech enthusiast, began mining Bitcoins on his personal computer, never imagining that years later, this cryptocurrency would reach astronomical values. Back then, Bitcoin mining was simple and did not require powerful equipment like it does today. Howells managed to mine 8,000 Bitcoins on his Dell laptop, and at that time, each Bitcoin was worth just a few cents. Since he had no immediate use for them, he stored the private key on an external hard drive, a decision that, years later, would alter his destiny. Like many early adopters, Howells saw Bitcoin as more of a curious experiment than a serious investment. There was no established financial ecosystem or global recognition like there is today. Eventually, his laptop became obsolete, and the hard drive containing his access keys was left forgotten in a drawer, collecting dust. The fatal mistake: the hard drive in the trash. Time passed, and like many other early Bitcoin enthusiasts, Howells lost interest in the cryptocurrency. In 2013, while cleaning his house in Newport, Wales, he stored his old hard drive along with other outdated electronics. During the cleaning process, his ex-girlfriend, Hafina Eddie Evans, decided to throw away some things without consulting him. Among them was the now infamous hard drive containing the private key to the 8,000 Bitcoins. By the time Howells realized what had happened, it was already too late. His ex had discarded it along with other trash bags into the dumpster, from where it was transported to the municipal landfill. Within hours, the access key to a massive fortune had been buried under tons of waste. The desperate search in the landfill. Once he realized what had happened, Howells attempted to locate the hard drive in the Newport landfill. However, landfills are massive spaces where thousands of tons of garbage are compacted and buried daily. Recovering a single object from among mountains of waste was an almost impossible task. Despite this, Howells did not give up. He submitted multiple requests to the Newport City Council for permission to excavate the landfill, but his requests were repeatedly denied. Authorities argued that digging through the trash posed significant environmental and health risks and would be extremely costly. As years passed, Howells' desperation grew. Each time Bitcoin's price soared, the magnitude of his loss became even more painful. Imagine knowing that you have $800 million trapped in a hard drive buried somewhere beneath mountains of garbage. The plan with robots and seeking help from President Donald Trump. After facing the city's refusal, James Howells devised a more ambitious strategy, utilizing advanced technology, including artificial intelligence-powered robots, to excavate the landfill and locate his lost hard drive without causing significant environmental harm. According to Howells, these specialized robots could sift through the waste more efficiently than a human team, increasing the chances of recovering his fortune while minimizing unnecessary risks. To finance this large-scale operation, Howells considered seeking support from private investors. However, he also revealed plans to reach out to influential figures, including President Donald Trump. In a recent interview, he expressed his belief that the president could help him obtain the necessary approval to proceed with the excavation and turn his search into a reality. The lawsuit against the city and the judicial ruling. In 2024, after more than a decade of failed attempts to convince the authorities, Howells decided to take legal action against the Newport City Council. He filed a lawsuit, arguing that he should be allowed to search for his hard drive or, alternatively, receive compensation for his lost Bitcoins. The case reached a British judge, who ultimately ruled against Howells. The decision was based on two key points. First, excavating the landfill posed a significant environmental risk, making the search unfeasible. Second, under the 1974 Control of Pollution Act, any object deposited in a landfill automatically becomes municipal property. This ruling was the final blow for Howells, who, after more than 10 years of frustrating efforts, was forced to accept that his fortune was lost forever. What would have happened if he had found the hard drive? If Howells had managed to recover his hard drive, his story would have had a completely different ending. Over the years, Bitcoin has experienced enormous surges in value. In 2021, it reached $69,000 per unit, meaning that Howells' 8,000 Bitcoins would have been worth more than $550 million at that time. In 2024, with market volatility, that figure had exceeded $800 million. The tragic end of a story. After years of struggle, Howells has finally had to accept his loss. Although his story became one of the most famous in the crypto world, there was no happy ending. His fortune remains buried in the Newport landfill, becoming one of the largest sums of money ever lost. Meanwhile, Bitcoin continues to break records in the market, and each time its price rises, James Howells' story resurfaces as one of the greatest cautionary tales about the danger of losing a private key. What would you do if you found a hard drive in a landfill? Would you try to recover it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And remember, always keep your private keys safe.